Hey Nakama, this is Gomu Gomu, it's me. My name is Alden, and today we're going to be reviewing episode 1084, Time to Depart, the Land of Wano and the Straw Hats. Let's get into this. So, I just want to say before I get into anything, I said in my last episode that this was probably going to be another episode where they're doing a whole lot of running around, not doing much, and they're still not going to leave the island. If I was right, let me know in the comments below. Let's get rolling. Anyway, so we start the episode with the kids enjoying food. They're with their parents. We cut to all kinds of meat, fish, veggies, and the markets are open and selling to people, right? Everybody's having a good time realizing, look, we don't have to be scared. Everybody's going to have money. Like, it's going to be as much of a utopia as something could be, right? So we cut to Luffy standing on top of a mountain, and we see that this is where Oden and the Akazaya graves were, right? But if you remember, thinking about to the first time Luffy fought Kaido, Kaido destroyed that whole area with a blast breath, right? It's where Oden built his first castle, so it's very like important. It's like a historic landmark, and it's kind of gone. But we're not gonna talk about that, right? So we see Luffy just daydreaming and seeing Oden in the clouds. Which, real quick, pause. I don't know how he would do that. There's no pictures of Oden. I don't think I've seen. So he's thinking like if we look at it through Luffy's actual perspective, he's just thinking of some guy. They told him, oh, he has long hair. Well, fucking Hawkins had long hair. Whatever, right? So then the Akazaya and a few Straw Hats show up, right? They wanted to tell Oden they won. Momo's the new shogun, all these things, right? So the Akazaya start proclaiming things to Oden and thinking about Ashura and Izo, who unfortunately passed away in the battle. Which we knew this, but, they just mentioning it. We started to get to see some flashbacks of Oden being Oden, making the Oden. Everybody sitting around having fun. He looks pissed off because he didn't want to take responsibility for people, but he ends up learning to love them, right? So the Akazaya start to thank Luffy for helping them, and in typical fashion, he's like, "No, don't. What is this weirdness? We're friends. Stop doing that, right?" And then we see Carrot show up, and she's crying. She doesn't want to say goodbye. She's not joining them, and everybody I feel was very leaning towards that. Whether you were a manga reader or an anime reader, everybody was saying, oh, Carrot's going to join the Straw Hats, right? But she's going to take over the Momoko dukedom, right? So that's going to be fun. So we see Zoro pour out sake for Yasui and Pedro. They've built graves for him. And we see Toko and Hiyori come out and sit with Zoro. And they, say their prayers. They thank, Yasui and Pedro. And Zoro obviously drinks with the fallen friends. So Hiyori tells Zoro she's going to miss him and says she has to say bye to Enma. And Zoro's like, you're not getting the sword back. Leave me alone, right? And she's like, I know. So Zoro thinks about how he cut and scarred Kaido, which is very, it's a monumental thing. Nobody's done it since Oden. So, it's a very important thing that he's done. But then he starts to realize that he's not good enough. He needs to learn how to master Enma just like Oden has, right? So then, another cut, and we cut to Frankie, who's on the ship with his boss, the guy he worked for but didn't work for. The guy with the two nails always. I don't know what he wasn't building shit. But anyways, Frankie asks him, he goes, yo, can you look and inspect the spots of the Sunny that I fixed? Except they're perfect and need no attention. Basically, Frankie was being a dick. Alright, and I'm not saying that he intentionally was. He wasn't like, yeah, look how good I am. He knows how good he is. He knows he's the best shipbuilder, ship fixer around. So it's telling somebody yo, can you check this out? It's like, yo, can you check out this? I did this. So that's just Frankie being a dick. But, we'll let it slide because it's Frankie. So Frankie's saying his goodbyes like a man without crying. Okay, maybe a little bit of crying, but that's fine. There was onion. I think Sanji was cooking something. So we cut to Usopp, and he's getting fitted for new clothes, which is honestly probably the funniest part in this episode, because he's getting fitted for new clothes, and every single time they put a new color on him, like red, black, or whatever, he starts imagining himself as some Casanova. Girls are like, oh my god, it's Usopp, the most handsome. Where he got mental, I don't know, but he tells the salesperson that he just needs a lot of black fabric. He didn't specify for what. He told the salesperson, but we didn't hear it, so we'll end up seeing what that's about. Then we cut to Sanji cooking. I mean, who let this guy cook? He has all these pretty girls around him talking about, oh, Sanjiro, come make me some whatever, right? So he's so clueless, right? He has this fine woman in front of him, blushing. She's smitten, she's everything, right? He's over here playing with a damn mouse. Really, Sanji? All the times you chase these women who don't want you, who just see you as a whatever. You have this girl falling head over heels talking about, could you make some tomorrow so I can go to work because it helps me work? Or, can I see? He's like, okay, that's fine. Like, he's just acting like he doesn't. Oh, man, it's crazy. So, what solidifies this is Robin shows up and Sanji goes into full lovey, all that stuff. Like, Sanji, focus on what's the task at hand. So, anyways, we cut to Okobre Town. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but I apologize. And it's being rebuilt. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's putting the work in to rebuild the community, right? And we see King's wife, Otsuru. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that name wrong as well. But coming in for the win with the red bean soup. Everybody loves red bean soup. That's one of the things that was very, instrumental in this. Knocking out the red bean soup and udon and whatever. So, Luffy and Tama are all geared up. No pun intended, but never mind. They're ready to eat some. Luffy's devouring it as per usual, doing Luffy things. And he looks over and he sees Tama saying a prayer because she knows how precious this moment is. Not the fact that Luffy's saying goodbye or whatever. It's the fact that she can now eat whatever she wants when she wants. Not she can eat what is available when it's available. It's a very different set of circumstances, a very different outlook on when you can have something you want when you want it rather than have something when it's available. You see what I'm saying? So it's a very special moment. So Tama starts to realize she has to say goodbye, and it sucks because the people she loves leave. Luffy, Ace, her parents. I don't want to get too depresso espresso, but it's what it is, right? So Luffy breaks it down. He goes, "Look, you gave me food. I'm never going to forget you, right?" That's the way into the good graces of Luffy. You feed him, and you have a ticket into the King of Pirates' heart. Like the guy that he gave the rock to, like that said, "Oh, this IOU, very Dumb and Dumber style from the King of Pirates." Luffy remembers that shit. I don't think people realize that. Luffy remembers everybody that ever fed him, right? So Luffy walks off, his little bad boy, little walk off. Tama thanks him again and says she's going to get stronger like him and Ace, right? And it starts doing the whole, anime. You see Luffy, but then it switches out and it's Zoro, or it's Ace walking and so on and so forth, right? So now we're in the present. Everybody's getting ready to depart. Everybody's moving shit. Luffy's standing outside, arms crossed. Beppo is getting something from Chopper. I think we all know what it is, but Chopper says he's unsure it'll work. Now, what does that mean? We'll have to find out. And Nami asks if Luffy really wants to leave without saying goodbye to King and Momo, right? Everybody is having their own opinions on leaving without saying goodbye, and it seems Zoro is the only one who agrees with Luffy. He's like, yeah, we can leave, it's no problem. So Luffy, tilts his head up and says, don't worry, he'll come. And then to be continued, right? So this episode, honestly, I'd give it, well, let me say the preview first real quick. Looks like it's going to be a whole nother, I don't even know what the word is, but it's basically going to be them running around, not leaving until they, probably the intermission or the halfway point or the end of the episode. So just get ready for that. But I did hear that Oda said there's no fillers coming. It's just going to go straight from Wano to the next arc. So that'll be good. This episode, I'll probably give it like a 7. There wasn't really much happening. There was a lot of goodbyes, but there was no, like when you have the emotional moments in animes or in anything rather, you get this, then payout, right? The payout would have been if the whole Tama and Luffy speech, or not speech, but moment happened right in front of the Sunny, and right after Luffy would have gotten onto the Sunny, like kind of like a Shanks moment, and just left, right? That would have been the payout. That would have been more emotional. You see what I'm saying? But like now it's like present day. Now we're waiting for moment, whatever. So it was a pretty good episode, but I'm pretty sure not the next episode, but the next episode after that will be even, like, it'll be crazy. But that's it for this week's episode. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Be safe and well in your travels. Enjoy the journey. And just know, I will be the king of YouTube. Peace.